All right, well, right now we're lucky enough to be joined by a man with many pseudonyms. That guy, Constable Scott, Colin the Hamster Man, Harry Man, Gary, Swede, Dr. Bojangles, and even psychic medium Paul Webber. But today puts on the boots of Chief Executive Officer of Wakachangi Lager. Welcome to Radio Control, Leigh Hart.
Yeah, thanks. I forgot about some of those characters.
I didn't even know old Paul Webber had a name, to be honest.
Yeah, did I? Who the hell's Paul Webber?
We have our co-host Alex over here.
Kia ora.
Yep,
Hey,
that'll be him. So you've been in the media industry for quite some years now. What made you decide to move to be a beer brewer?
Well, mainly because I've been in the beer industry longer, anyway. And it's sort of been constantly right through the other side of it anyway. It wasn't really a conscious effort. I was used to playing bands before TV and stuff, and beer's always been around, and it's always been fun.
Yeah.
And I was kind of thinking, well, I don't know, it seems, I'm probably looking a bit far away from it now, but it just seems like the fun's gone out of it a bit more.
Right.
Now, I don't know why, and just make it sort of fun again, and also it would be a good laugh, and I've been, over the last couple of years, sort of recruited sort of loosely here and there by other breweries to do a bit of marketing here and there at places, and I suddenly thought, what's the point? Might as well sort of do it myself.
Yeah, long-time enthusiast and into the career.
Yeah, and it's become fun again,
Awesome. And the result of all that is the fantastic Wakachangi Lager. Where did the recipe come from for this brew?
Well, it's a long story there, really. It originally came from my great uncle Kenny.
Yep.
In New Zealand.
Great man.
Before that, it was, yeah, it certainly was, and he still is really, but he's done life for it. But it originally came over from monks over in Switzerland. They're actually French monks in Switzerland making the Wakachangi beer back then for all sorts of ailments, and hypochondria and nymphomania, all this sort of stuff to try and treat those conditions. And the recipe was lost for many, many years. Somehow it got to the west coast of the South Island, where great Uncle Kenny came across it, and he sat on it for a while. He brewed a few batches, and he got arrested. That's all documented. You know all this.
Yep.
And then, of course, I eventually got the recipe and decided to bring it back again with a few changes, of course.
Fantastic. It's great news. And it's labelled as sports lager. What, in fact, is a sports lager? Because it's a variety I hadn't heard of before today.
Well, I'm not really sure. I think we might get probably in trouble for that. I'm not sure if we're allowed to even associate beer and sports, but we've actually the label's changed a little bit. It's actually now, if I can remember it, it's actually called Premium Non-Export High Carb Sparkling Fizzy Sports Lager.
Fantastic.
So we put sparkling fizzy in there. We really want to reiterate that it is fizzy and sparkling, because we've whacked it up to 1,000 in the process, or over 1,000 in some
You don't want a flat beer.
You got to whack it up to 1,000. You got to go for it.
Especially if it's coming in a plastic bottle, you need it to be even fizzier than a normal beer. So by the time you finish it, it's still fizzy as a normal beer would be.
Yeah, I can see that. I used to row for Mercer Rowing Club, which you're quite familiar with, and a couple of times out on the water, I forgot my my bottle of water, so I had to drink straight from the Wakachangi River.
Yeah.
I was fine from the experience. I didn't get sick. What do you think about the consumers? Do you think that they'll get sick from the waters?
Certainly not. I mean, there's a lot more good in the water than there is bad, if you know what I mean. Yeah. And we're sort of focused on the good parts. The bad parts we've tried to take out with a very complicated filter system, which are running in both pre-bottling and at the bottling process. So, you're not going to get the odd person with sort of tadpoles in the beers and that. It's going to be that. I mean, we use like a sieve, which is about 0.23 mil. Yep. You could probably put flour through it, but you probably couldn't. Oh, you could get a lot of microorganisms through it, but you couldn't get big things like tadpoles and frogs, as I say, or that kind of stuff. You'll be right.
And if you did, I mean, it's all part of the experience, really.
It certainly is, and that's part of the reason we do whack it up to 1,000, at least, because it does. The fizziness alone kills a lot of the bacteria. Instead of using heat to kill or pasteurize the stuff we use, bubbles.
Just fizz them to death.
Energy.
Yeah.
Fizz them to death.
And us Palmerstonians can get our hands on a bottle or two today at 2 p.m. down at the mill. What can we expect once we crack open the bottle and have our first taste?
Very good question. The experience is different for everyone. That's what's so amazing about it. Depends what you're doing at the time. If in your guys' case, if you get down there, tell them I sent you, and he'll put a couple of bottles of cider for you.
Oh, fantastic.
You'll crack it open. You'll hear it first, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you'll get the aroma will waft up, and that's where you're going to get your river smells, but also the other. I mean, there's North Canterbury flavours in there.
Yeah.
There's Southern flavours, West Coast flavours. I mean, it is a national beer.
Yeah.
It's just the waters from the Wakachangi. So you're going to get the essence of New Zealand all around your head. If you're overseas and you drink this, you'd probably get transported back to New Zealand.
Yeah.
To some place in your childhood.
Right.
So it's like a tour around New Zealand in your mouth.
It's a tour around New Zealand in your mouth. That sounds more like a sort of some sort of like a sleazy sort of sex trip around New Zealand. But it's a bit like that. It's a tour around New Zealand in your mouth, and a maxi taxi in your mouth around New Zealand with all your mates.
Fantastic.
Yeah. What about the bars around Palmerston North? Have you managed to get any of them to stock Wakachangi? We're
working on it. So the process here is we're trying to work as much with the public as we can on this. So any feedback from your listeners will be great. If they can get on the Facebook page and tell us what they think of the beer.
Yeah.
Great.
A lot of them are saying you've got to get it into stubbies, which we're doing that within about 2 or 3 weeks. So
excellent.
We're getting into a box of stubbies, and that'll be cheaper again, hopefully.
Real stubbies?
Then,
old.
Yeah, real stubbies.
Oh, wow, fantastic.
Great.
Be one of the only ones on the market still.
Oh, totally. And then, definitely get it into. We've experimented in a few bars, and it works pretty well. So just trying to get the balance right of the cost and everything. So if we can get into bars, that'd be great, especially down Palmerston North, the good place to do it. So
yeah.
A few good bars there.
Excellent. So
we're looking out.
Yeah, no, we will be looking out for sure. Now, you're probably, before this, most well known for your work on Moon TV, which so far has managed a fantastic 6 series and many a spin-off. It's actually where the name of the beer comes from as well. What is the current status of Moon TV? Can we expect more in the future? What's happening there?
Real good question. Yeah. I always start with that if I don't know how I'm going to answer it. We're actually working on a show at the moment, which isn't Moon TV, but a spin-off.
Fantastic.
It's called the Late Night Big Breakfast.
Yep.
So it's which has been in the last 2 series of Moon TV segment, but it's going to be a whole half hour of just the breakfast segment with obviously clips going out, but it's hosted from the furniture store.
Oh, excellent.
The studio, as we like to call it.
You got access from the same furniture store again?
Yeah, we did actually, only because I've got new owners. And the new owners aren't actually aware that the show's been done there already.
Right.
If the old ones were still there, we probably wouldn't be there. So, but we're also operating from a kitchen and sort of kitchen whiteware store down the road as well for like the cooking segments and stuff.
Fantastic.
So it's just cheaper than getting, studio setups. We just go to the kitchen store and you just wander from one kitchen to another. And
you can just pick one.
Kind of thing,
Yeah. And it's
just keep moving for different recipes, and it's great advertising for them.
Yeah.
And for us.
Awesome.
And we can always pick up some cheap appliances and stuff. And so look out for that show. We're working on it. We're supposed to be working on it at the moment, but the beer thing's kind of taken a bit of time.
As it does.
And we'll get back into it within a few weeks.
Fantastic. Sounds good.
Yeah, it's exciting.
You tried your hand at a bit of directing recently in the form of a music video for one of the artists we play here at Radio Control, Rackets. How was it working with them? Were you trying to keep them out of trouble, or was it the other way around?
Well, the hard guys to keep out of trouble, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I'll be keeping the Wakachangi well away from them. Funny enough, they've got they kind of, a couple of them anyway, seem to operate just across the road from where my office is.
Right.
They're a good bunch of guys actually. So you play a bit of them, do you?
Yeah. We do.
Oh, fantastic. And how's it going with them at the moment? I haven't actually heard much from them at the moment lately. Are they still?
They're doing singles and music videos and things like that. So they're still on the roll.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah, no, they were pretty unprofessional to work with, but I kind of got them into line, if you know what I mean.
Oh, of course. Of course. Your years in the industry, pay off at that point.
It's training, it's just
you can't beat
experience. You get to know these things. Yeah, you can't beat experience. You can.
Indeed.
You can. You can't. Yeah. And how's it going with you guys? It's all go down there at the moment?
Oh, it is all go. We're gonna make our way to the mill, of course, straight after this. But it is all go up here at the station. Getting some sunny days in Palmerston North, which is rare for us. So
Oh, so it's a nice sunny day down there?
Definitely.
It's about as nice and sunny as you can expect from us, yeah.
Yeah, you've got about 90% cloud cover, so nice sunny day.
So it's a Wakachangi day then?
It is a little bit, yeah. We share a few similarities with the old Wakachangi.
The good thing about the name, actually, funny enough, it wasn't intentional, but it seems as if, like, you can use it for all sorts of adjectives and nouns. You can sort of go, well, this is real Wakachangi weather.
Yeah,
Or,
yeah.
do you want another beer? No, I'm actually changied out. Or you're on the changies tonight? Yeah, I'm on the changies. You know, it's sort of
And I guess
amazing how.
once you end up with if you end up going to different recipes, you've got Old Misty, Old Lady, Wakatumba, plenty of other ones to go with.
Yeah, totally. Your Wakatumba is probably going to be like either a darker beer,
Yeah.
or a cider, and
Right.
there's going to be Great Uncle Kenny's. I think Great Uncle Kenny's might be a cider actually.
He's still got a couple of recipes up his sleeve, does he?
Oh, he certainly does. And obviously we add to them, get in the lab and change what he did, because he didn't really know what he was doing, you know what I mean? he was a bit of a, he was a jack of too many trades, really.
Right.
One minute he's looking for Bigfoot, the next minute he's he's involved in the space program, and then he's trying to do beer, and he's a real Renaissance kind of guy,
Yeah, of course. Hey, just before you go, we would love if you could give us a bit of a. This is Leigh Hart. You're listening to Radio Control. Let's get it on, so we can play that back to our listeners, so they know you're a big fan of us, as of course you already were.
Well, I certainly am, as you well know. I'm tuned in pretty much 24/7.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Easy to do.
All my cars. Both cars have tuned in, and the dial's ripped off.
No, you go with all my cars. Sounds a lot better.
Yeah, all my cars. I've got a car. I've got a car dealership now as well.
Yeah.
Wakatangi Motors.
Well, when that comes out, you heard it here first.
Yeah, exactly.
Fantastic. All right. Well, you rip into one of those, if you would, because we don't have ways to record it off air, so we're going to have to do it on air. So if you could go for it, that'd be great.
Yeah, no worries. Okay. Hi, I didn't see you there. My name's Leigh Hart, and you're listening to my favourite radio station, Radio Control. Rip off the dial, get it on.
Fantastic. Couldn't ask for more than that. Thank you very much, Leigh. We'll be heading down to the mill very soon to pick up a bottle of Wakachangi, and I hope all the rest of the launches and the rest of the beer times goes well for you.
Awesome. Appreciate it, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Yep, enjoy it. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Yeah.
And that was Leigh Hart from Wakachangi.